My beloved child, in the midst of all that rushes past you, in the whirlwind pace of life that sweeps you along like a raging current, I see you. I see you racing against time, striving to fulfill your responsibilities, trying so hard not to fall behind, not to disappoint anyone. You press on, burdened with pressure and fear, as though even a moment's pause might cause everything to collapse. But in that very moment, I want you to know this. You are not a machine meant to function without rest, nor are you a lone warrior abandoned on the battlefield of life. You are, my child, born of eternal love, more treasured than anything else in creation, your name engraved on the palm of my hand. You do not need to prove your worth through achievements or busyness. Your worth was established before your first cry, when I knit you together in your mother's womb with threads of gentle, wondrous love. Do you not know each star in the sky, brilliant, vast, and breathtaking, still cannot compare to the light I see in you? I do not look at you through the lens of what you haven't accomplished. I do not weigh you by your stumbles or failures. I see you, every silent dream, every hidden tear, every weary breath, and my love for you does not diminish in the slightest. My love does not erode with time, does not change with the seasons or with your moods. It is unconditional, unwavering, and a flame that never extinguishes in the darkest night of your soul. And yet, my beloved child, I see how often you forget that love. You bury yourself in worries, letting the dust of this world cloud your eyes from the light that comes from me. You strive to be loved, all while the truest love has been yours even before you knew how to ask for it. You chase after human approval, forgetting that I, your Creator, have already approved of you since the beginning. You seek meaning in success, in fame, and the satisfaction of others, not realizing that the greatest meaning of your life lies not in anything you can achieve, but in the very truth that you belong to me. I am not angry with you for this. On the contrary, I long to remind you gently and lovingly that you can pause. You can rest, not after you finish everything, but right now, even in the chaos of the present. For in that stillness you will hear me calling you home, not to a physical place, but to the sacred source, the love I have for you. Let your heart find rest in this simple, solid truth. You are loved, not because of any grand deed you've done, but simply because you are you. And that, my child, is enough. You don't need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. That burden was never meant for you. I am the one who bears it all. I am the place where you can lay down every anxiety. Come close to me, not with hands full of accomplishments, but with a heart that is honest and open. Let me remind you, you are not alone, not forgotten, not required to pretend just to keep going. You only need to be present with yourself, with me, and believe that my love is the safest place for your soul to rest. Come back to what matters most, the love I have for you, and the love that I am. For when you live within that love, you will find there is no more need to run, no more need to compare or doubt. You will discover peace not only in moments of triumph, but even in seasons of failure. Because you will know that this love does not hinge on what you do, it simply is. And you, my beloved, are the living evidence of that truth. So now, wherever you find yourself on the journey of life, whether your soul is tangled or at ease, I invite you to pause. Pause to breathe, to remember to feel my presence. Pause to lay down the burdens that were never yours to bear, and receive the gentleness that waits for you in my embrace. For nothing in this world matters more than the love I have for you, and nothing can ever replace your place in my heart. My beloved child, I know there are quiet questions within you that no one else has heard. Questions unspoken, sighs too heavy for words, yet I have counted them all. Let me make one thing clear again and forever. I am not a distant God, not a being high above who cannot touch the heart of man. I am not outside your world, silently watching from afar. I am near, closer than your breath, nearer than anything you've ever imagined. I am the one who formed you, every cell in your body crafted by my hands. I wove you together in the secret place, touched your soul with the care of a loving artisan, and then breathed my own life into you. Your every breath is proof that my love is still flowing, unceasing, undiminished, never abandoning you. You are not a cosmic accident. You are not an extra piece in the timeline of history. You are a masterpiece created in my image. I don't just know you, I understand you. I don't just hear your voice, I feel what you don't speak. Every beat of your heart echoes my voice, the voice of a love that longs to be present within you, not to control but to uplift, protect, and walk beside you. And in every moment of your life, whether bright or bleak, joyful or sorrowful, I am there. Whether you sense it or not, whether you understand or not, I remain faithful, unchanging. There are moments when you feel alone in this vast world, days when your mind is clouded by burdens, and times you feel abandoned in a place with no answer. But those are not signs of my absence. They are the moments when I am closest. I hold you in silence, I wipe your tears without words, I carry your weary heart before you even cry out. You may think I am silent, but in truth I am speaking in the softest ways, through my unfailing presence, through the flicker of light in darkness, through a gentle wind in the storm, through the hand that lifts you when you can no longer stand. You may not see me, but I always see you. I see the nights you toss and turn, tears soaking your pillow in secret. I see the inner battles between hope and despair, faith and fear, dreams and hard realities. I see every hidden wound, every pain you're too afraid to voice. And I do not turn away. I do not abandon. I do not stand by. I come to you not with blame or demand, but to remind you, you are not alone. You don't need to be strong all the time. You don't have to hide your tears to satisfy the world. You have the right to be weak, to need help, to fall into my arms without fear of rejection. Because those arms have always been, are now, and will always be open for you. Not because you've done anything extraordinary, but simply because you are my child. And if you ask, how great is this love? Then I tell you it is wider than oceans, longer than time, more enduring than mountains. This love doesn't fade when you fall, doesn't lessen when you stray, doesn't grow dim in silence. It is a bond unseen yet unbreakable that ties you to my heart, where there is always room for you, where you are always awaited, always beloved. So my precious one, do not live as though abandoned. Do not walk as though no one understands. I understand. I am here. I am holding your hand right now. And nothing can separate you from my love, not your past, not your failures, not your fears, not your circumstances. Even if the world turns away, even if others fail to see your worth to me, you are a priceless jewel, an irreplaceable part of my heart. So lift your head, let my light shine into the places within you that feel dark. Allow yourself to rest, to heal, to be loved. Do not fight alone anymore, because you were never meant to be alone. There is a Father who is always near, near enough that when you whisper, I already hear. Near enough that when you tremble, I already shield you. Near enough that when you need me, I am already there. My beloved child, I see you not only in what you do, but in the silent battles you fight within. I see the mornings you wake with a burden on your shoulders, wondering if you'll be enough, strong enough, worthy enough. I see you pouring yourself into life, striving to be accepted, praised, approved, as if your value lies in others' opinions. You give your all, trying to prove your worth, to keep up, to attain what the world calls success. But child, in the midst of all that striving, I ask you to pause, not to give up, but to hear one vital truth. You do not have to try to earn my love. My love is not a reward for the talented or a prize for the accomplished. It is the foundation, the beginning, the first and final breath of your journey. Beloved child, even before you knew how to read or utter my name, that love was already present in your blood, in every heartbeat, in all that made you who you are. You do not need to earn that love, it is already yours. Not because you have done something great, but because you are mine. My love is unconditional, requiring no proof, demanding no perfection. You may succeed or fail, feel strong or weary, shine brightly or feel fragile, but my love for you never changes. It does not shift with the day, does not depend on your mistakes, nor sway with every misstep. You often believe that you must reach a certain standard to be worthy of love, that if you are not good enough, not productive enough, not meeting others' expectations, then you are somehow less. But I say this to you, with all honesty and tenderness, there is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and nothing you can do to make me love you less. My love is not measured by achievements, not weighed by your abilities, nor compared by results. It springs from your very being, a precious soul created in my image, marked with my divine imprint, and called by the very name I chose for you. Every time you try to be someone else, to please others, to be seen as worthy in the eyes of the world, I want you to remember, you are enough, enough to be loved, enough to be chosen, enough to be kept. For I do not call you based on what you can do, I call you because I know you. I know your heart, the things you hide, even the worries you dare not voice to anyone. And in that truth you are set free, not to cast off responsibility, but to live securely, knowing you do not need to strive just to survive. You only need to be real, to live with faith in me, with a tender spirit, and with rest in the love I have given you from the beginning of time. You were destined for greatness, but not greatness as the world defines it. Yours is the greatness of a soul that knows how to love, to forgive, to rise again from brokenness, to choose light in the darkness, and to keep faith even when the path is hidden. That greatness is not in where you stand, but in how you walk, each step taken with humility, with faithfulness, and with deep trust in me. Every time you choose compassion over bitterness, every time you forgive despite the wound, every time you persist when all seems lost, that is when you are walking in the greatness I designed for you. So, my beloved, let go of the weight of having to prove yourself. Walk gently in the assurance that you are loved right now, just as you are, without conditions, without needing to be fixed. I love you, and that love can never be taken from you. It is a treasure that will never run dry, a truth more enduring than any shifting emotion. Live with the awareness that you are loved this deeply, and from that love you will find strength, meaning, and true freedom. And if one day you feel that you are not enough, remember that in my eyes you have never lacked. If ever you doubt yourself, let my love remind you, you are my child, and that has never changed. Let this love become the foundation. You stand on the refuge when you are weary, the light when you are lost. I am here, and my love forever is yours. My dear child, in this hurried world where you often feel small beneath the relentless demands, I know you are doing your best each day not to fall apart. I see you carrying burdens you believe are yours to bear, as though the happiness of everyone, the perfection of every plan, and the outcome of every effort depends on you. But child, I never asked you to carry the weight of the world. That burden was never meant for you, it was never yours. I am the Creator, and I did not form you to be weary in loneliness, but to walk in trust and love. You are not the Savior. You do not have to control everything to prove you are capable, strong, or good enough. I do not ask that of you. The only thing I invite you to do is trust. Trust me with your whole heart. Lean into me like a child resting in their father's arms, without fear, without doubt. Because it is precisely when you stop trying to control everything that your heart opens to receive the gentle hand I've always extended to lift you. It is when you stop running that you will hear my voice in the wind, in the silence, in the quiet stirring of your soul, longing for something more sacred than anything this world can offer. I see you. I see the dreams in your heart, the visions that even you sometimes wonder if they are too far-fetched, too much to hope for. But I want you to know those burning desires did not come from nowhere. They are not the product of delusion or blind ambition. They are sacred seeds I planted within your spirit, with love, with wisdom, and with a purpose far beyond what you can see right now. Every honest longing, every dream rooted in goodness, every hope you hold on to amidst the noise of rejection is part of the symphony I am composing for your life. And child, do not mistake delay for denial. Do not let prolonged darkness convince you I have forgotten. Even when you cannot see me working, even when every door before you seems shut, I am still at work, silently, precisely, faithfully. I am weaving every thread of your destiny, not according to the world's clock, but according to my perfect timing, a timing that is never late and never rushed. Because what I am preparing for you is not just a result, it is growth, it is depth, it is strength of soul. The most beautiful things are often shaped in quiet, and your soul is being shaped just like that. Do not lose heart. When everything seems still, I am arranging each detail with purpose and care. When you feel like you can't take another step, know that I am drawing closer to lift you. When it seems like everyone has walked away, I am still here. I have never left. Don't give up, for something great is coming. What I've planted in you will never be in vain. Not one tear you've shed is wasted. Not one prayer is forgotten. Not one step of faith is unseen by my eyes. You don't need to understand everything in order to trust. You only need to know that I love you, and that love is leading you, guarding you, and fighting for you in the dark. Let your heart rest in this truth. I am at work, not in the noise of the world, but in sacred patience. Not when things seem easy, but exactly when it feels like there's nothing left to hope for. It is when you let go that I will take hold. Child, If you could see the picture I am painting for your life, you would smile even through your tears. If you could grasp my heart, you would stop fearing, stop doubting, stop resenting, because the love I have for you is enough to fill every void, to heal every wound, to lift you from the lowest place to the most honorable one. I will never forsake you, never. From the trembling first steps to the victories yet to come, I have always been there. So, my child, breathe deeply, look up. Take hold of hope, not a vague hope, but a hope rooted in promises that never change. I who began the good work in you will bring it to completion, not because you are strong, but because I am faithful, not because you know the way, but because I am the way. And on this journey nothing is wasted and no moment is meaningless when your hand is in mine. My beloved child, in this journey filled with twists and challenges, there are moments when you look back at yourself and feel lost. You see the bruises in your soul, the mistakes that cannot be undone, the times you chose the wrong path, said words you should have withheld, or stayed silent when truth should have been spoken. You see yourself stumble, and it seems that everything you've done leaves you wondering, am I still worthy of love? Do I still have value to keep going? Do I still have the strength to rise again? But today I want you to hear clearly, not just with your ears, but with your heart. You are not defined by your mistakes, failures, or past. Those things do not have the power to declare who you are. You are defined by something far greater, the unchanging love I have for you, and the eternal truth I have spoken over your life. That is the deeper and final truth. You are my child, not just a soul among millions, but the one chosen, called, redeemed at a most precious price. You are not the result of circumstances, but the outcome of a divine plan woven with love and purpose. Every part of you, from your fragile faith to your boldest dreams, was seen by me before you ever cried your first breath. You are victorious not because you are always strong, but because I have already won the final victory for you. On the cross, I claimed the ultimate triumph so that you would no longer live in shame or defeat, but in freedom and hope. The enemy will try to remind you of what you did wrong, your weakest moments, the times you gave up or fell. He will whisper in your ear, you are not enough. You missed your chance. You are unworthy. But my child, do not let those lies steal the joy, peace, or confidence I have placed within you. Do not give the key of your heart to the voice of the enemy. Stand firm, not in fleeting human emotion, but in the unchanging truth of your Father, that you are loved, forgiven, and called beloved, no matter what name the world tries to give you. Nothing, not your past, not your mistakes, not any accusation, can separate you from my love. That love is deeper than the abyss, higher than the skies, steadier than the fiercest storm, and it is your inheritance, and no one can take it from you. I also see your heart. I see how you love others, how you silently sacrifice, how you swallow your own tears, just to preserve peace for someone else. I know you do not live for yourself, but always hope to bring good into the world around you. You long to heal, to encourage, to bring light into dark places. But my child, in that effort, you have so often forgotten to care for yourself. You've forgotten that an empty vessel cannot pour out for others. You cannot keep giving without being replenished, cannot keep offering without receiving healing and rest. So today I invite you to pause, not to give up, but to be restored. Sit with me for a while. Don't rush forward when your heart is breaking. Let me fill you with my peace, a peace no one can give and no one can take away. Let me heal the wounds you've hidden and raise you up with the promise that you don't have to earn your worth. You are already worthy because of the love I have for you. I am not looking for perfection. I long for a sincere heart, one that listens, that returns. And I know you have that heart. You are not alone on this journey. Even when you feel empty, I am right there, ready to fill you with hope, with light, with unconditional love. Believe that you can keep going, not by your own strength, but by the power of my grace. Know that if you turn back, if you open your heart, I will renew everything, not just a part, but all of who you are, your heart, your mind, your dreams, and even what you thought had already died. So, my precious child, breathe deeply and walk forward with the assurance that you are mine, created for goodness, called by my name, anointed to glorify me in this world. You do not need to hide in the shadows of sin or failure. Step out into the light of forgiveness and freedom. Believe the voice from heaven, the voice that reminds you, you are not defined by your past, but by the eternal love I have for you. My beloved child, I see in the depths of your soul a silent cry, a nameless burning longing. It is the yearning to rise above the fleeting, a desire to connect with something eternal and sacred. You are searching for a deeper meaning to life, a greater reason to keep walking each day. And I want you to know, I am the one you are searching for. I am the source of all truth, the fulfillment of every longing your soul cannot explain but deeply feels. I place that longing within you not to burden you, but to lead you back to me, the only one who can satisfy your soul, this world. My child will offer you hundreds of invitations. It will promise joy in possessions, affirmation in success, comfort in relationships, and peace in control. But all of these are temporary substitutes for what is eternal. They may distract you for a moment, but they will soon leave you emptier than before. Because only I, the one who formed you in unconditional love, know exactly what can fill the hollow space in your soul. Only I am the living source, the unshakable peace, the place where you can find fullness that does not fade with time or circumstance. You are thirsty not with a thirst of the body, but with a thirst deep within your spirit, a thirst to be understood, to be accepted, to be loved without condition. A thirst for belonging, for purpose, for a presence that can soothe the loneliness no one else sees. And because of this, I call you, come to me. Don't come in perfection, come with your brokenness. Don't wait until you are strong, come now in your weakness. Because it is in that very need that you will discover the living water. I give a water that never runs dry, never disappoints, never turns away. A soul that comes sincerely. I will give you this water not to quench your thirst for a moment, but to renew your soul forever. I will give you the bread of life not just to sustain you for a day, but to carry you through every season, seasons of abundance and of drought, of rejoicing and of heartbreak. That bread does not fill the stomach, but fills the soul. It is the living promise that you are not alone, that there is one who sees you, understands you, and longs to walk with you not only in the good moments, but even in your darkest hours. I do not demand that you understand everything. I only ask you to believe. Believe that you were created not to wander in emptiness, but to live a full life in my love. Believe that you don't have to search far to find what is sacred, because I am right here, so near, simply waiting for your heart to open. I am not an empty promise like the world offers. I am the living presence, the one who never forsakes you, even when you've forgotten me, turned away, or lost your way. Every step you take, even in the wrong direction or at a weary pace, cannot make me stop loving you. And because of that, I am still waiting patiently, not to scold you, but to embrace you, to remind you, you belong to me. Beloved child, let the longing within you draw you back to the sacred origin. Let your emptiness no longer be a burden, but a place prepared to receive grace. Let your hunger and thirst in spirit become a call to awakening, a reminder that nothing but me can truly satisfy your soul. Do not fear coming close to me. Do not believe that you must do something extraordinary to be worthy. Your worth is not determined by your past or achievements, but by the truth that you are my child, loved since the moment the thought of you was conceived in my heart. And when you come, when you choose to lay down every expectation, every fear, and every dream at my feet, you will receive what the world can never offer, a peace that is not tied to circumstances, a joy that does not depend on outcomes, and a love that never changes. I do not promise a life without difficulty, but I promise a journey where you will never be alone. No pain you endure will be borne in isolation, no tear will be wasted, no sacrifice will be forgotten. Come, my child. There is always room for you here. Here the waters never run dry and the bread never runs out. Here an everlasting love waits for you. For I know the desires of your heart, and only in me will you find everything you truly seek. My beloved child, there is something I long for you to know, not merely with your mind, but to feel deeply within your heart, that I am here ever present, always ready to reveal myself to those who sincerely seek me. And you, my beloved, are one of those souls. I have seen your desire for my presence, your perseverance in walking forward, even when answers don't come easily, your faith in searching for me, even in seasons of darkness, when all outward signs seem silent. I know it is not easy, but I say this to you, keep seeking me. Do not stop. Do not let the challenges, the waiting, or the tears dishearten you. Every step you take toward me, I also take toward you. My love is not a mystery that you must unravel by your own strength. It is something I long to reveal if you will open your heart, if you will continue to pursue me. When you chase after me with sincerity, I will make myself known to you in ways you have never imagined. Not through dry theories, but through living encounters, through the sweetness of stillness, through sacred moments too deep for words. I will show you the depths of my love, a love that is unconditional, unshakable, unchanging, with time or your response. A love strong enough to heal every wound, big enough to hold every broken piece, and tender enough to touch the most fragile parts of your soul. Child, in my eyes, you are never a burden. You are not a mistake. You are not a failure. You are my delight one. I rejoice over a soul. I sing over one I behold with affection and boundless love. You do not need to accomplish anything grand to impress me. I already take pride in calling you mine, not because you are perfect, but because you belong to me. That love does not change when you change. That joy is not extinguished when you grow weary or fall. I do not wait for you. Only at the mountaintop I walk with you through every step of the path, through darkness, through silence, through the wilderness. And in every place I still call you mine. You often wonder about the future, where you will go, how you will live, whether your dreams will come true. You carry within you many hopes, many ambitions, but also many fears and uncertainties. I understand. And I want you to know your future is not a maze without direction, not a random road. It has been written by my own hand, a hand that never makes mistakes, always loves, and always works for what is good. Every detail, every turning point, every door that opens or closes, all are part of the loving plan I have prepared for you. That plan is not only safe, but full of hope, full of meaning, and drenched in love. I do not promise a road lined with roses, but I promise a journey accompanied, not with a distant presence, but with powerful support, with guidance for every step, with light that shines even on the darkest days. Your future in my hands is not something to fear. It is something to look forward to with trust. Because when you know who goes before you, you no longer worry about what lies ahead. When you know whose hand leads you, whether in valleys or on mountaintops, you can still walk in peace. So my beloved, keep seeking, keep moving forward. Do not let delays make you doubt my heart. Do not let temporarily closed doors convince you that I've forgotten. No, I have never forgotten, and I will never abandon you. I am working even when you do not yet see. I am preparing not just the outcome, but preparing you to be strong enough, tender enough, and deep enough to step into the goodness I have destined. Open your heart wide. Let my love refresh your soul daily. Let my presence be the place you return to, the place you are healed, the place you are reminded you are never alone. I am always here, singing over you, rejoicing in you, and holding your future in my loving hands, my beloved child. Right now, I am here not as a distant concept or a vague presence spoken of by others. I am truly present, more real and closer than anything you've ever known. I am speaking to you, touching your heart through every word, every silence, every breath that you thought went unnoticed. Because I love you. Because I want you to know that the true love you are searching for, longing for, and sometimes despairing to find, does not exist in the world, nor is it hidden in fragile relationships, nor dependent on perfection or success. It can only be found in me. The love I have for you is unlike anything the world can give. It does not come and go like fleeting emotion, nor is it tied to changing hearts or judgments of others. This love is not given because you are worthy, and it is not withdrawn when you stumble. This love does not measure, does not calculate, does not demand conditions. It does not begin when you improve, and it does not end when you fall. It does not waver with the weather, nor with the affection or rejection of people. This is an eternal love, a love that never began because it always was, and never ends because it is part of who I am. The love I have for you is not abstract. It is action. It is presence. It is breath. It is the light guiding your steps even when you see no way forward. It is what lifted you when you could no longer stand. It is what kept your heart beating, though broken. It is what helped you lift your head even when you wanted to collapse. This was never your own strength. It was the love of your Father that never left you, never forgot you, never abandoned you. This love has no limits. It crosses the boundaries of time, space, and even the walls you build when you feel unworthy. You may run, you may go silent, you may doubt, but my love will still wait, patient, calling. ready to embrace you the moment you return. There is no distance too great that my love cannot reach you, no depth too low that I cannot lift you from, no darkness too thick that my light cannot penetrate. Because this love is not just something I give, it is who I am. I am love. And you were created from that love. Before you ever existed in the world, I knew you. From the beginning, before the universe was formed, I saw you in the palm of my hand. That love did not begin when you got it right, but from the moment I breathed life into you. That love has walked with you through every season. Childhood innocence, youthful confusion, the challenges of adulthood, and the dark nights when you doubted your very self. And that love will remain until the day you come home to me, in eternity, where there are no more tears, no more pain, no more burdens. You do not need to strive to be loved by me. You don't need to perform, to strain, to hide your weakest places. I see it all, and I love it all. I do not love the perfect version you try to construct to be accepted. I love you fully, honestly, and without condition. So don't trade your heart for a half-hearted love. Do not let the world define your worth by fleeting standards. Let me be the final voice in your heart. Let my love be the anchor of your soul, the water you drink every day, the truth you walk in through the deceptions of this world. My child, if today your heart is weary, if you feel you are not enough, if love feels distant, then I invite you to sit with me. Rest in my arms. Listen to your heart and let me speak the truth that no circumstance can erase. You are loved. Not because you must become something, but because you are mine, and I forever am yours. Come closer to me. Let this love heal, restore, and renew you, day by day. For there is nothing more precious than love that comes from me, the love that has been, is now, and will forever be the unshakable foundation of your soul. That love is grace beyond measure, the sun that never sets, the place where no matter how many times you fall, you can always return. And when you truly understand that, fear will fade away, because my love is the safest, strongest, and most truthful place you will ever know in this life. My beloved child, I have seen you walk through this vast world with a heart that longs to be loved, to be accepted, to be embraced by something real and deep. I see every time you open your heart, every time you offer it in hope that someone will see your worth and love you the way you long to be loved. I know it has not been easy when you give away the most sacred parts of yourself, the purest trust, the most delicate hope, only to be met sometimes with silence, indifference, or even pain. You've asked, why is love so elusive? Why do I feel empty, even beside those who seem to matter most? My child, let me hold you and tell you something true from the heart of the one who loves you more than anyone ever could. I have seen it all. I've seen every tear you tried to hide, every disappointment you couldn't put into words, every moment you blamed yourself thinking maybe you weren't good enough to be loved. But I want you to know there is nothing wrong with you, and love is not something you must chase in desperation. I created you not to run after human approval, but to live in the truth that you were already loved long before you ever knew how to love another. Human love, no matter how sincere, still carries within it certain limitations, because humanity by nature is imperfect. People love with conditions, with expectations, and with the fear of being hurt. That's why such love sometimes blooms only to fade away, is given only to be withdrawn, or leaves you feeling not enough. But my love for you, oh, it is entirely different. It does not come from a need, but from my very nature. I do not love you because of what you do, but because of who you are, my child. And this love does not change when you change, does not withdraw. When you are weak, does not fall silent when you no longer have the strength to pray. My love is unconditional. It is pure, untainted by selfishness or comparison. It is selfless, always forgiving, always hoping, always embracing. It is the arms that never close the flame, that never extinguishes the light that remains even when everything around you collapses. This love is not only a shelter for your weary soul, but a place where you grow, where you are healed, and where you are restored. I do not promise that you will never be hurt in this world, but I do promise that my love will never be the source of your pain. Perhaps you are in a season where your heart feels shattered, maybe because of betrayal, indifference, or the simple absence of someone who truly understands you. But my child, do not let those wounds define your worth. Do not let imperfect human love overshadow the perfect love of your Father. because I am still here, unchanging, unwavering, and near. I do not love you if, or on condition I love you no matter what. And if your heart has been crushed by disappointment, I am the one who can gently, patiently, and tenderly piece it back together. Lift your head, my child. Look into my eyes and know this: you have always had value, not because others see it, but because I etched it into your soul from the moment of your creation. Walk not with the fear of being abandoned, but with the certainty that you are never alone. Whether you're in the midst of a crowd or in the silence of a darkened room, I am closer than breath, nearer than any physical distance, and more present than the words you cannot say. And if one day your heart desires to love again, then love from a place that has been healed. Do not love to fill a void, but because you have been filled with true love. Love as one who has already been loved by an eternal love that will never let you down, because that love is me, and I am forever yours. I love you not the way the world loves, but the way heaven loves. And that love, my child, is the safest place for your heart to rest. Come, believe, and allow me to do what no one else can do. Love you exactly as you need, exactly as you were created to receive. For you are forever the one I treasure with a love that never leaves. My beloved child, I see you not just the things you do, but the heart behind every action. I see you striving to love deeply, trying to be a pillar for those around you, a haven for those in storms, always ready to extend your arms when someone is in need. I see your service, your silent sacrifices, your endless giving, even when no one truly knows how weary you are. You keep showing up, keep trying to make others happy, keep placing their needs above your own. And you think that is the right thing, the noble thing. Yes, I rejoice when you live in love. But my child, I also see the depths of you, the place where you are running dry, where you long for something to lean on, where your heart is aching because you are still trying to love while running on empty. And I want you to know this, something the world often forgets. You cannot love fully when you are empty. You cannot give what you do not have. An empty vessel cannot pour out any water, no matter how good its intentions may be. True love is not the result of relentless effort, but the fruit of a soul filled with divine love. Before you can love others in the way I've called you to, you need to pause to receive, to be filled, to be revived. You need to come to me, open your heart in my presence, and allow me to fill you with my love that never runs dry. The world teaches you to keep loving, to keep sacrificing, and it promises everything will be okay. But I do not want you to live like a candle burning itself out to light the way for others while being slowly consumed in silence. My love is unlike anything you've ever known. It does not tire, does not count the cost, does not demand repayment. It is patient when misunderstood, kind when wounded, forgiving when betrayed, and steadfast even when no one else remains. But for you to love in that way, my way, you must first let me love you like that. Let me renew your soul. Come to me like a child, not needing to hide your tears, not needing to be strong, not needing to pretend you're fine. Because in my eyes, you don't have to prove anything. You just need to be yourself, the child who needs love, shelter, and rest. I don't just want you to live for others. I want you to live in the fullness of my love. Because you too are worthy of being loved, of being restored, of being cherished. When you let me love you, when you allow me into the empty spaces and the barren places of your heart, I will do what no one else can. I will heal the old wounds, fill the gaps that no human can fill, and soothe the fatigue you've never dared to voice. I will remind you that love is not a race, not a desperate effort not to be left behind, but a flow, a stream that begins in me, pours into you, and then flows from you to others. Only when you let me fill you can you give without being drained. Only then can you love not out of a need for recognition, but from the overflowing kindness within you. Only then can you forgive when hurt, remain patient when misunderstood, and sacrifice without expecting anything in return. That is the love I lived, and that is the love I long for you to bring into the world, not by your strength, but by the power of the sacred connection between you and me. My child, remember, you are not the source, you are the vessel. I am the source, eternal, unshakable, unbroken. When you remain connected to me each day, when you learn to draw near to me in all things, the love within you will never run dry. And in that love you will find true joy, true peace, and true strength to keep walking, not under pressure, but in freedom. Let me be the first place you turn each morning and the place you return each night. Let my love be the water that refreshes your dry soul. Let my presence be the refuge where you are reminded you don't have to be strong all the time. I will be strong for you. You don't have to be full to give. I will fill you every single day. And then from that abundance, you will be able to love others as I have loved you with a love that never fails. Because when you love from the source of my love, you are touching the souls of others with a love not of this world but of heaven. And that love, my child, will do what the world cannot. It will bring lasting transformation, true healing, and new life for both you and those you love. I love you, and I rejoice when I see you love. But even more, I rejoice when I see you allow yourself to be loved first. For only then will you truly understand that love is meant to be received and then given, not until you are empty, but until life overflows. My beloved child, I see the doubts lingering in your heart, not with judgment, but with deep compassion. I see the nights you lie awake with silent questions whispering, "Are you still here, Father? Do you really love me?" I hear the heavy sighs you're too afraid to share with anyone. I see the confusion in your eyes when life's storms crash in and sweep away what you once thought was unshakable. I know there have been days when you were too tired to believe, too wounded to pray, too lonely to feel my presence, and I understand. I do not condemn you for that, my child, because I know that faith, when tested by fire, can sometimes feel fragile. But it is in those very moments when you think I've gone silent that I am in fact nearer to you than ever before. My beloved child, I have never abandoned you. Not for a single moment in your life have you been without my presence. Not one tear has fallen from your eyes that I did not see. Not one cry in the silence of your loneliness have I missed. You may not feel me, because the pain is too great, the darkness too thick, the trials too heavy, but the absence of emotion is never the absence of me. You thought I was silent, but in truth I was holding you. In the storm, when everything seemed to collapse, it was I who was guarding the most fragile part of your soul, speaking to you, not with sound, but with silent presence. You are not alone. I was there in every trial, in every battle you fought without telling anyone. I was there on the days that felt like there was no way out, when every door seemed closed. I was there when you stood in tears amidst ruins no one could understand. I did not retreat when you stumbled. I did not turn away when you doubted. On the contrary, it was in those moments that I drew even closer, held you even tighter, and upheld your fractured faith with my unshakable faithfulness. The love I have for you is unlike the love this world gives, so easily offered and quickly withdrawn, so quickly promised and easily forgotten. My love is not dependent on your worthiness, not conditioned by your circumstances, not altered by your reactions. It does not spring from emotion, but from my unchanging nature. I am faithful, yesterday, today, and forever. When everything around you changes, when people change, when your heart wavers, I remain the same, and my love for you remains the same, steadfast, eternal, and immovable. My child, if you believe that your wavering faith disappoints me, then you are seeing me wrongly. I do not love you because you are strong in faith. I love you so that you may become strong in faith. My love is the foundation of your belief, not the reward for your success. I do not wait for you to become perfect before I love you. I love you, and it is that very love that can heal, strengthen, and lead you home. Whether you are standing in light or wrestling in darkness, whether you are praising or silenced by pain, I am still here, and I still call you my beloved. Let this truth be the anchor of your soul in stormy days. My love does not change. Nothing can separate you from it, not hardship, not doubt, not failure, not circumstance. When your heart is weary, come to me. When you have no words left to pray, just breathe, and I will hear that breath as a whisper from your soul. When you cannot stand, let me lift you up. And when you cannot take another step, sit down and not. My arms rest and let me walk for you. I know what you've been through. I know the storm has left scars in you. But my child, do not let those scars make you forget the times I carried you through the winds. Do not let the temporary darkness cause you to forget the everlasting light. You were not consumed, not because you were strong, but because I never left your side. And that alone, not anything else, is the clearest proof that my love was always there, still waiting for you to return and trust again. So, my beloved child, if your heart still trembles today, if your faith still quivers, if the question, "Are you really there?" God still lingers. Know this, I am not angry, I am not disappointed, I have not walked away. I am gently saying to you, I am still here. I still love you. I still call you mine, and I will never change. Let that love cover you, heal you, renew you, because you have never been alone and you never will be. I am the living one, and my love will always be your home. My beloved child, I see you. Not just your steps, not just the things you do, but the very depths of your heart where the unspoken emotions lie, where the unseen battles rage. I see you struggling to believe you are worthy of love. I see you trying to smile while inside you are asking questions no one else can answer. Am I truly enough? Do you really love me, Father? Are good things meant for me too? You are fighting not just external pressures, but also the quiet voices. Within the accusations, the whispers of unworthiness, guilt, and shame. You think you are too far gone from love. You think you've made too many mistakes, failed too many times, missed your chance to be loved. And yet, my child, I have never stopped loving you. But today, my child, I want you to pause right in the midst of this battle and hear me clearly, firmly, and with deep love. It is all a lie. Everything the enemy has whispered into your ears, every label it has tried to place on your identity, every distortion of truth it has used to plant fear in your soul, it is all falsehood. It wants you to believe that you are not good enough to be loved, not worthy of forgiveness, not acceptable. It wants you to feel like a burden, a disappointment, a mistake, waiting to be discarded. But I, your Creator, the one who knows every cell in your body, every tremor in your soul, I proclaim a completely different truth. You are deeply loved. You are immeasurably valued. You are uniquely cherished. You are not a coincidence. You are not a leftover piece in my plan. You are the one I chose before the foundations of the world. I have called you not with a general voice, but by your name, with a love that is tailored to you, with a gaze only I can offer. And that love is not rooted in what you do, but in who I am. I love you not because you are perfect, but because I am perfect love. Nothing in your past, no failure, no season of your life can change my decision. You are my beloved child, and nothing can separate you from that love. My dear one, perhaps you have become too familiar with voices that diminish your worth. Maybe since childhood you were compared, criticized, held to standards that never made you feel enough. Perhaps someone rejected or betrayed you, making you believe love must be earned, that it is a reward for good performance. But let me uproot those lies from the garden of your heart. Let me plant in you a truth that never fades, that you were loved from the beginning, and you will always be loved. This love does not come and go with emotion. It is an eternal commitment, a fixed choice from me regardless of the changes within you. And if there are days when you can no longer believe in yourself, then I invite you to stop looking inward for a while. Look to me. Listen for my voice, the voice of truth, of love that never changes. Let it echo louder in your heart than all the others. You are mine. You are loved. You are still valuable, and I will never leave you. Let me say this to you every day until you truly believe you don't need to do anything more to earn my love, and nothing you've ever done can make me love you any less. My love is not fragile like human love. It does not retreat when you stumble, does not fall silent when you fail, does not turn away when you doubt. It stands firm, strong as the mountains, steady as the heavens, eternal as my very being. Beloved child, do not allow the enemy to define you any longer. Do not let strange voices give you names that do not belong to you. I have given you a name written in love, in grace, in hope. Hear my voice. Let it be the loudest and clearest sound in your soul. For when you know who you are in me, you will no longer chase after acceptance. You will no longer live in fear. You will no longer be trapped in shame. Instead, you will walk in freedom, in confidence, and in light. I love you, not just on the days you feel you are doing well. I love you, even when you question that love. And I will keep loving you until the day you finally believe what I have known from the very beginning, that you are my irreplaceably precious child. And that truth will always remain true. Amen. As a child of God, He is always beside you in every moment, constantly reminding you to live in faith and in the love He pours out. Make sure to follow and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single word I speak from heaven above. Amen.